That's what I didn't open.
All right, and welcome to Masks. I am Michael, pronouns he him, and I'll be emceeing tonight. Want to go through and let
Hey,
people know?
hey, I am Nessa, she, her. I will be playing Marrow, also she, her. As usual, kind of a if Spider-Man was gross.
I mean, if you think about where the webs come from and how they're
Oh,
made.
well,
It
that's just
depends
for
on
one
the
of them.
Spider-Man.
No, that's true. It's just one Spider-Man. Sorry,
You
go
know what?
ahead.
Given the Spider-Verse, technically a Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Next.
Hi, I'm Sarah. She, her. I'll be playing Zaylin, they, them. I lost my list of characters I could compare it to, so I'm just gonna say if Venom was nice and cute.
Oh, damn. I should have put together a list. Um, Hi, I'm Ibrahim. Ibrahim? Hello? I'm Ibrahim. I forgot my name for a second. I'm
Come on.
Ibrahim. I go by he, him. I'm playing Jester, who also uses he, him. Uh, Imagine if Billy from Stranger Things was not trying to bang everybody's mom
Yet.
yet.
What? I am Mo. I didn't realize we had lists. They, she pronouns, plain Isidore is a Obsidian, she, they pronouns, and just think of a femme Nightwing with a tiny dash of Red Hood? Red Knight? I don't remember that guy's name. Jason Todd. That jerk.
Yeah, Red
Mhm.
Hood.
Every time you
Okay.
say Red Hood and then another name, that other name is also a character in DC Comics.
Why does DC take all the names? Anyways, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Steve. I play Johnny Styles, and since we do lists now, I'm the flame on guy from the Fantastic Four, but kind of less douchey, but not.
All right. And
We're coming in with that energy. Let's see.
it's been like 2 weeks. Do you want to go over what happened last time?
I do. Just real quick, we're good on sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
sorry, I was having flashbacks last week, and I'm sorry about that. Um, so very quickly, as you know, last week Issa started passed out. So we were on the couch trying to get smelling salts. Smelling salts were in a different room. So immediacy was more important. So Jester did the only thing and sprayed a bunch of Axe body spray, parentheses, dark temptations into Issa's face.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Dark temptations.
I mean, they woke up. So, like, mission accomplished,
That's a success.
but, you know, kind of an adverse reaction to anyone would. I don't know what dark temptation smells like, but I feel like it would be a rough way to wake up. So there
Tell
was
you
some
what it doesn't smell
hijinks.
like. Doesn't smell like chocolate. It's supposed to. It does not.
There were some shenanigans. Jester ended up getting knocked out in the process of that. Then got his own dark temptation to the face. Not a metaphor. Also got sprayed to wake up. And we all remembered that it was Nina's party the next or the day after, no, the next day. And we were all like, we should go to the party. And then we remembered the only like, we don't have a good track record with parties. So we were like, damn, what are we going to do about this? And somebody, I think it was Zaylin, was like, what if we went in disguise? So we're like, hell yeah, we're going to go in disguise. A lot of it was just like montage of us getting together and like we ended up with Zaylin as Bernardo, air quotes Bernie. We kind of took the orange skin and made kind of a jersey situation out of it. Slapped a wig on and Jester added an illusion just for good measure. You know, we're working security on security on security, and we ended up with Johnny. Johnny, aside from frosted tips and like a burgundy suit that would had shorts, I don't remember what else we could have possibly done to you. I'm sure we like changed your face somehow, but like I don't remember how we described it. And you decided to go as Jack Stevenson, a normal name for a normal boy. And you were both from Addison, canonically. Um, Fun. This is just a Nessa note. Johnny went into the kitchen during the kind of spraying fiasco to talk to Tommaso, and Aunt Caroline walked in and smacked Tommaso on the ass. And Steve immediately said, "I'm going to keep this from Marrow." So that's just a little treat for Steve that he gets to have for the rest of this session. What's going on with that? I don't know. Context clues, they are sleeping together. We all know. Issa has her date with Mariella at Nina's party. If you don't know, Issa is like that one meme that's like, "Gee, Billy, how come your mom lets you have 2 hot dogs?" But the 2 hot dogs are her 2 main love interests, who are
I've seen that
Nina
movie.
and Marietta. And this is the party. The party drama kind of starts there. Most of the time, Issa's just like, I have Nina. I have Marietta. Whoo. That sums it up properly, right? Just whoo.
Ooh.
Oh,
Marrow has a whole altercation with this girl Blair, who she prevented from getting a lead role because, in her words, Blair's not as good as she thinks she is. In reality, it was because we're tired of those siblings being in charge of things. Jester went out and immediately ran into drama. Jester, you're a magnet for drama. You ran into Kami, who is your dungeon master, who is very upset because Kami is into Marietta and Marietta is into Issa. You comforted Kami so well that she thought that you were into her, and she leaned in for a kiss. And you did the only logical thing, which was turn around and spin her around and then run in the opposite direction and burst through the wall of the house like a Kool-Aid man. Good moves. I'm poking fun, but I also would have done the same. Johnny and Zaylin, as Jack and Bernie, wander off with those weird twins and end up in a supposedly smoking with Jung, but we mostly just get into the confrontation right away because Jung sucks. I just made a note that Johnny had said that somebody named Cosmic goes to Addison, and I just wanted to make sure. I'll put the notes in later, Michael, but if Cosmic existed or didn't exist, they exist now and they go to Addison, so I wanted to make note. I got influence over Blair. I don't remember what the hell else happened after that, but at the end, we all kind of like, with all our problems, ended up like running away and all kind of like gathering in the lobby, and Trish ended up outside yelling about the elementals, being like, "There's people here, we know they're here." And we're all like, God, how the hell did Trish find us? And so we all go outside, and Michael had mentioned that Trish was a little frosty, so we think it might have something to do with Snowstorm. And that's what you missed. Sorry it took so long. And Jung broke Nina's bow while in that altercation with not Zaylin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Someone give me a number between 1 and 52.
5.
Okay. All right. So, where we left off, we had Trish Moses storming, basically called up. I know some of you are here, and then storms out, where there are like a number of those black vans, where you also have got like agents such around them. Some of the same ones they've seen around the school over the past while.
Well, since oof. I think John.
So just to remind me, she just burst and she's like, "I know some of you are in here." Like,
it basically
right,
it called out loud enough, like everybody kind of heard, and then turned and stormed out, and is sort of waiting.
Yeah, and like we all started to like be like, all right, let's all go get into costume and like shuffle our way over here.
Does everybody have their costumes?
My costume is clothes, so yes.
Since we're surrounded by a bunch of people, do the 3 of you that have secret identities want to just stay in the party while the 2 of us that don't go out and talk to her?
I can illusion us up something.
I can just sneak in and just hide in the bushes and just listen and then teleport away if need be. Wait, hold on. Did I bring the butt with me?
Teleport away is so good as a strategy. We should do that more.
Run away! Run away!
Billy, you have a illusion on Zaylin and I right now. You can't drop that till we're out the building.
Okay.
I
Well,
kind
So,
of
it's-
punched
how about
someone.
everyone
Wait,
leaves?
wait.
But
Let's do this. Where was everybody at the end of last session? 'Cause I know, I think a couple of you had just stormed out from upstairs.
Billy and I were in the
Smoke-
kitchen
Good point.
drinking.
Yeah. And Zaylin and Johnny were making their way downstairs,
Mhm.
as I
Yeah.
recall.
we were leaving.
Is anyone outside? No, right?
Where was Marrow?
Honestly, I think I was in the living room, which was closest to the door. And also, by the way, I know we're worried about our secret identities, but also they kind of assume that these like feds are cops. So remember, a lot of people were like, "Get out of here! Crawl over the back, those bushes in the back." So
It's
we do have
chaos.
less people to deal with.
Oh, okay.
Marrow's going to get
a
on
lot
the
of
comms
people. A
and-
lot of people are making themselves scarce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Marietta run off?
No, she's still in the kitchen,
Okay.
looking looking a little shocked. You've got Nina upstairs. Her bow's been broken.
Oh.
I can just make this better. I'll just illusion some sirens coming from the front of the building where the door is to hopefully drive more people to jump over the fence or like go away from the front door.
Okay, will not be hard. We'll just say essentially you get like we're assuming like just like the cherries going in
Yeah.
front. Yeah, like the cherries and the kind of sirens in there, and suddenly it's a sea of people rushing out into the backyard and kind of going over the fence, where people like running into some of the rooms to hide because y'all are underage.
Yeah. All right. Also, I'm gonna be like, no, don't worry, guys. I've actually figured it out. And like, I don't know, duck somewhere someone can't see. And then when I come back, I'm wearing like a suit of armor made out of cartilage or bone.
Ugh.
Secret safe. Let's go out and talk to Trish.
So gross.
It is.
Nessa, as gross as that is, I want to make that into a cosplay. Bone armor. That sounds pretty damn cool.
Since when do you have a bone armor suit?
Why
It's about
cartilage?
10 seconds ago.
I made it myself.
Oh. All
I
right.
could sell these for cosplay. You know what? Hang on. I think I could grow.
Don't.
It wouldn't be. Yeah,
No.
I could grow like a Buster sword, but I don't
Please
think it
no.
would be like legal for cons.
At this point, I just
my
walk
God.
out.
Yeah, let's just go.
I think E's just gonna keep it the thought and be like, "Oh shit, we need to go, Marietta," and like start running out the back with her.
Yeah, yeah. She kind
follow
of
Johnny.
is keeping up.
Yeah,
Follow
and then-
Johnny out.
Once we're out front, I'm like, okay, Billy, you can drop the illusion now.
All right, cool.
I'm still orange. I'm like
Oh,
in
did
a,
you
in
mean
a
like
wig
your
and
frosted
stuff.
tips or the sirens?
Like us, me and Zaylin. We can be normal now.
Okay, I thought you liked the frosted tips. I thought that was a good touch for you.
Flavor Town banned.
Sure,
I'll
sure.
drop the illusion.
Sadly,
Just I'm gonna note that away for later. Just gotta bring it back.
Oh yeah.
all right. So yeah, so you two get out there. There are some of the cars. There's several vans and such. Kind of have formed a bit of a circle in the area where you can kind of be without necessarily being seen particularly well. And then we got Marrow coming out full armor. What's Jester? What are you doing?
I'm going out towards where Trish is.
Okay. So yeah, as you're heading out that way, you also see a number of the agents there. Yeah, Marietta like gets over has no problem clearing the fence, and then kind of looks back for you. Are you coming over the fence with her?
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna keep up the facade long enough to like at least get over the fence and be like, "Oh shit!" Like I need to go check, make sure my friends are okay. Make sure they get out. Keep going. Keep going.
No, but if you don't come, the cops will get you too.
I'm gonna give her like lean up and give her a kiss on the cheek. Like, no, go ahead. I'll catch with you later.
And she just has kind of a moment where as you do that, she freezes a bit, eyes kind of there's a half smile kind of on her face, and then you're just up over.
Yeah, distracted. Go back.
What happened? I got
I wish
kissed.
it was a
I don't
mouth
know what
kiss.
happened after that. Yeah, very confusing.
It's like a smoke bomb.
All right, so does everyone end up like? Are you? You say you stick with the bushes and stuff, or
Yeah, I'm gonna stay like around the edges of the bushes so I can like watch things, but
Okay.
like stay out of eyesight too.
So yeah. Well, those of you who are out there, Trish looks pissed in a way you haven't seen her before. She goes, "We've got some information on what possibly happened to Reflex. Lady Faust currently has her.
This Lady Faust.
What
You,
is that? Is that a person we know about?
Lady Faust is as a villainess, a pretty high ranking one. I mean, like a heavy hitter, who is like this ancient sorceress,
Oh, not again.
and
Oh fuck.
and she just goes, and you'll notice, and like again, you see some like the place has been blasted with frost. He goes, he's going to claim it was someone else with ice powers, or possibly something with Lady Faust himself, but I'll almost guarantee you this was done by Snowstorm. I just can't prove it as of yet.
Well, fuck.
My question
That's
is,
bad.
my question is, if Lady Faust has Reflex, how is Reflex still alive?
They must need her for something.
But what? Yeah.
Have they made any demands? Any sort of communications?
I got this through some contacts I've got, and I broke into the Omega's fortress to see what I could
Broke
discover.
into their fortress?
I found some information there, and then followed to where the last place that Reflex was seen. Seems like Reflex was sent away on an individual mission. At which point she got taken.
Are you super too?
And she just sort of looks and goes, "I'm able to do what needs to be done."
That's an amazing non-answer. I really appreciate how Trish like answers questions without answering them. That's really impressive.
So, what do you need from us?
Just, I'm going to see who else I can get a hold of right now. I can't go through official channels to try to bring her back because there are some things going on right now in the Omegas.
How many of the Omegas are compromised? We know Snowstorm.
That's the problem. I believe you about Snowstorm. I don't know who else is compromised. So I don't know who else to approach.
So you want us to go get Reflex, like, right now, right?
Because if you're able to get Reflex back or find out where she's at, I'm trying to keep this out because I don't know who else in the agency. And like, as she looks around, she goes, "This particular group, they've been with me since the beginning. These are people that I know."
Y'all get a buzz in your ear and like, do we even know where Faust's location is?
Good question. I think Johnny says that out loud.
Yeah.
Good question. Do we know where Faust's location is?
We don't right now. However, I can get you a hold of someone who might be able to find out who has worked with Lady Faust before.
Is this going to be a friendly situation, or is this going to be a shakedown?
We'll probably have to be a bit of a shakedown. The Scarlet Songbird.
Is that a name we've heard before, by chance, or is it?
The Scarlet Songbird, and I'm also going to throw a picture into the thing. Scarlet Songbird is a much sort of lower rent villain who is often ends up being in sort of henchman type things. It just goes. Scarlet Songbird has worked with Lady Faust. It's through some people that's worked with him that I discovered that she had him because she's talked amongst their group. You okay, Mo?
Wait, is
So
it a
Doyce
picture?
used this guy back in the day, like when I played his game, and I just keep remembering Scarlet Songbird from him.
Oh, is the name? It's usually from the deck of villainy.
Because he was like an old charmer, and he was like charming my character's grandma, great grandma.
Great grandma?
Yeah, because they're the
G-
same
a
age.
gilf.
A good. Whoa.
A gilf.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Where's
just
the
give me
picture?
those memories back.
Who hasn't met a good Gugilf in their life or two?
It's sound. What I'm hearing is like an auditory stroke every time y'all say that.
Grannies should be baking cookies.
Yeah, making these cookies.
Stop! Stop!
So the TLDR for that game is my character's great grandma was like one of the first like psychics,
Mhm.
and her name was Indigo Girl, like Indigo Child sort of thing. And so it's got a couple generations, and then my character became it, and yeah, so like she still like had connections of people from her past, and he was one of them. And there's one time they were at the barbecue and they were flirting, and I was just like, oh no, Abuela, why?
Oh no, indeed.
Boylan needs some
Good
love
boy.
too.
I know, I see him. I'm like, oh no. Oh, okay, sorry, didn't mean to derail, but that's
It's Michael Combs. Anyways, Scarlet Songbird looks like a guy that is going to be really susceptible to shakedowns. We can bully this guy.
Like I said, he's like a
picture
third
again?
stringer. I put it in the Discord. He's like
Ah.
a third. He's like a third stringer who.
Oh Jesus!
And so the thing is, he's a great crowd control type person because he can like put people to sleep through lullabies or like charm them. Like a lot of his stuff can work to. He's a great person if you need to go in and like get a crowd under control.
All I can think of is El Kabong.
I just imagine Nero's on the phone and is like looking at it and is like looking at a picture and is like, "Yeah, we could beat up this guy." I feel like 16s versus this guy, easy.
So,
Yeah, we got this.
where can we find the song face?
It was, it just kind of just takes a moment and just, Songbird is currently working at the Ren Fair.
That's a good gig. That's a good gig.
Yeah, Mero, you're already in a suit of armor. You'll fit in perfectly.
I'm gonna get a lot of compliments. Trish,
They're gonna-
have you noticed anything new about me?
Okay. Here's what
you
we're
can
gonna
see
need,
a
Trish.
bush just shaking, trying not to laugh so hard.
All right. Trish, can I call you Trish? Patricia. I'm gonna need 5. Make it 5. I'm gonna need 5 suits of your finest Ren Fair attire. And I'm going to need a sword.
She just kind of looks at you. She goes, "Yeah, because we've got that. We have a whole Ren
Yeah.
Fair section of the agency just in case
You do?
we need to infiltrate the Ren Fair. No,
That's
there's
so cool.
there's gotta
Okay,
be
well-
a community. Go to the local community college. They've got to have costumes.
We have theater at the school.
Yeah, we
they
could
have
do
the
that.
costumes.
We could do that, but she
Jester.
could do that.
Jester, hang on, I got you.
If it's made of bone, I don't want it. If it's made of bone, for
Rosalind,
God's sake.
Rosalind, you do know how to get into the costume loft.
Were you going to give
Well,
me a
it's not
bone
going back
sword
in, I
of
can
your
tell you that
spine?
much. No, it's from the
What
foot. It's from
bone?
the chest bone, the collarbone.
That's so much better.
Technically, it's growing out of the other bone that is this, but nonetheless, I think at that point you don't want it, so I'm just gonna stop, and it's just gonna be like there. So, yeah, no, I can get us costumes and stuff. Okay, Ren Fair, we can do that. Trish, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
How long have you been in the biz?
Let's just say I've been here from the beginning.
Okay, so you're familiar with Starflame, right?
I knew her.
Hmm. Okay, cool. Cool. I had something else, but I completely forgot. Anyone else have any questions?
Um, Not really. I guess we're gonna go talk to Songbird.
Oh, no, wait, I did have it. Trish, are you gonna like pretend to arrest us or something? Because I are we trying to keep this on the DL? Because we just told a lot of kids who have a lot of social media influence exactly what was going on via like you coming up at the house to
She just holds up a device. She goes, "People are going to find their phones aren't working particularly well in about a 3 block radius right now."
but like for the rest of their lives.
I showed up here, called for the elementals. There will be. There's plenty of reasons we can say why this happened. It's not like all of you kept a low profile.
Well, also that's the other thing is one, how did you find us? And two, can you also could you like give us like a written guarantee that we won't get expelled for getting reflex back? We'll get reflex back anyway, but I would love like a like a hall pass or something.
And she just goes, "If you get expelled, there's a possibility you might be able to get hired for some other things." Currently, as far as anyone's concerned, this is about that Fox, the Newsmax fiasco, which
Okay.
we will talk about.
All right, cool. By the way, you know that's worse, right? The thing you said that if we're expelled, we can go work for the government.
And at that point, she kind of looks at her guys and just goes, "All right, pack them up." And then she goes, "You know how to get a hold of me if you need anything."
Sure. Do you know how, I think it's like as she's driving away, I'm like, do you know how to get a hold of us? I could have sworn we gave you a phone number.
You can call next time.
You get a text from an unknown number that says yes.
Why didn't she just call us?
Because
It's
the
not like
phones weren't working.
Oh,
Yeah.
but she made our phones not work. She turned our phones off.
Her phone is just that powerful.
Well, now
She's super.
She's
Super. She's super.
I think she probably just turned it off, but okay.
Mo, I think I saw your hand.
Yeah, so I think as soon as they started goofing off about the Renaissance Fair, that's when Issa snuck away. And she's gonna sneak back in the house and see where Nina is. Because it is her house and she just wants to check in on her, see how she's doing.
Yeah, you're like most people are gone right now. You're kind of going around trying to see, and then you're not finding her any place, but you do see her room. The window is open. There's no screen on her window.
I'm gonna poke my head out and see where I see you.
A lot of people would not be able to get to the roof from here.
Mm-hmm.
However,
I'm not a lot of people.
Yep. As you kind of like flip up, and it's like one of those roofs with a couple different levels. You see, well, you see from like shoulders down, it's Nina. From shoulders up is kind of the cowl and hood and a little bit of cape stuff of Artemis, as she kind of crouched, like she's crouched, looking like just over the top to see, like the cars and such leaving.
And I snuck in behind her, right? She doesn't
As of yet does not know you're there.
Yeah. Gonna watch her for a second and be like, hey girl.
There's just this moment, just sort of turns, and like the bow is broken, but she's got it in her hands.
Yeah.
So this is just sort of turns, and like this eyes go wide and just. Hey, Issa.
And I think she paused for a second, like, it makes sense now.
Look, you can't tell anybody about this.
Why would I tell anybody?
Okay,
And
so
I think she's gonna like move closer and like is she like crouched or like standing now or is she
well,
like
she's standing now. Like
okay.
Now, if someone happened to be looking at the right angle, they'd be able to see that head poking up over, whereas before she was pretty well camouflaged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's gonna like walk towards her and she's like, because you want a secret to, we can share secrets now.
Yeah, my big one.
She's gonna open up her suit jacket and pull out the goggles and just pop them on her face.
she just takes a look at you. He goes, "Oh, that makes so much sense."
Right? I just gonna like just take them off and just stick them on her head. Just like and looks at the bow. She's like, "Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to see that happen."
I'll get it fixed. But then she kind of like takes a step closer to you, so that there's not a lot of room between
Yeah.
you at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and just goes, "So, you and Marietta, are you serious?"
I'm never serious about anything, and I'm gonna lean in and kiss her.
Yeah, she like aggressively kisses back. You hear a clatter as the broken bow hits the roof.
Sorry, I'm busy seeing Nessa just react like
That's the
engagement.
best ever.
You good, Nessa?
And when you two
I'm
kind of
good.
part, she kind of looks at you and goes, "You probably got some business to do, right?"
Work
With,
calls.
She goes, "I get that," and then kind of like picks up her bow from where it fell at the feet and goes, "We'll revisit this."
Yeah, we will. And if you ever need some practice, let me know.
Oh, I don't need to.
And then
practice.
with that, she's just gonna jump off the roof, do a flip, and lay next to her friends.
What a way to exit.
Isha, this is really serious. Why are you smiling so much?
Hey guys, I decided to get a better vantage point from the roof.
I thought you were in the bushes.
It wasn't a really good angle, so I decided to go up.
Whew.
Cool. So you know we're going to a Ren Fair, right?
Yeah. And you don't have to dress up to go to the Ren Fair. You can just go in regular clothes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either. I already have all your costumes picked out in my head.
Oh god. If you give me a skirt, I swear to God, I will hurt you.
I think I like immediately. I'm like, I'm like, Jester, quickly to the prop
Yes.
room.
We go.
I come back with I think like not like the Disney bounding equivalent of like a suit of armor for Issa, but like dark armor, like the Black Knight, but not too heavy. I come back
Stuff they
with
use
like
for Spam-A-Lot.
yeah, Spam-A-Lot kind of. Like a prince. I was originally gonna go for a white knight for Zaylin, but I think better off with a prince because you put on the crown. And then a king for Johnny. And then I do hold up like a court jester outfit for Jester, and I'm like, yes or no.
Love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna add one thing to that. Because
Yes.
it was for Spam-A-Lot, like all of them have got like the symbols from the characters from Holy Grail. So there are people at the Ren Fair who will definitely recognize this as at least a partly Monty Python themed cosplay.
And they're gonna like start like saying things to her about like the Monty Python, and she's like, I don't get the reference. Why do they keep saying clomp 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 clomp? I don't understand.
If none of you have seen Spam-A-Lot, the biggest problem with the show is the best you can do is imitate other people who did iconic comedy that everybody loves.
Wait, sorry. Can Jester wear one of the Camelot Cuties outfits? Because I just looked up Spam-A-Lot.
Trying to remember
All
what
right,
those look
then
like.
yes, I'm googling what the cuties look like.
A lot.
Because I have seen it, but it's been
Hold
several
on.
years.
I'm gonna
Like a
copy
can
an
can
image.
dancer?
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
a can dancer.
Hell yeah. I do feel like there's a moment where I come back with holding the costumes, and there's that outfit, and I feel like Issa assumes that it's for her for a second. Before I'm like, it's not for you, it's for Jester.
Yeah, that's
you a suit
mine,
of armor.
actually. Excuse me.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna be very mad. Like, I know this looks great. I just don't want to show it off.
Good thing you hadn't just done producers.
Oh my god. Ugh,
I
I
directed the
didn't think there was going to
producers.
be so much theater in this show.
I directed the producers in 2010 or 11, and we had to we built the stuff in one place and had to drive it across town. So we had these giant swastikas on set pieces being moved from one side of town to the theater.
Ugh.
Oh no.
And it
Oh
was like,
no.
you could have built. We could have put that in the vehicle so it wasn't visible.
I feel like
Right.
it requires also building a sign like "This is for a thing."
Yeah, this is for a show that makes fun of the Nazis.
You have to do twice as much set building.
I mean, just paint some plywood and strap it on there. And I don't know what the hell Marrow's wearing. I think Marrow is kind of like invested in the bow and armor. She wants to see what the public view of it is. Because it's not clear it's Marrow. Maybe someone just has a weird cosplay.
Lord Soth. All right. So, are anybody doing anything before the Renaissance fairs tomorrow?
Ooh.
I'm gonna ask Aunt Carolyn if she's ever met Trish.
Yeah. She just goes, "No, Trish."
Moses? She's been in the industry for a really long time, and she
Not-
knew Mom, so I was kind of like, maybe
Not-
she knows Mom.
Not someone I've known, but I mean, I didn't meet a lot of the people that were involved in that. There was a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Okay, all right. Every minute of every second, I'm working towards my OT3.
I love that for you.
You're what?
My
OT3.
OT3 that Aunt Carolyn, Tommaso,
Triple.
and Trish. Triangles, the strongest shape.
So instead of OTP, like one true pair, it's OT3, like if it's a throuple.
Oh, okay.
It's a fandom term.
Mm.
All right. Do you want to skip straight to the next day at the Ren Fair?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I will say I've never personally been to a Ren Fair, but I've seen lots of pictures from friends who've gone.
Michael, of all the things you do, you never been to a Ren fair?
I've never been to a Ren Fair.
It's surprising.
That's
Ren
kind of
fair.
throwing me. That's
Friends
kind
There's
of
a
wild.
lot of them.
Yeah, I
can't look at you and say, wait, no.
I'm more surprised than anything. Like I'm not
Right?
I'm not gonna crucify you for it. It's just like, I mean, you've done a lot of other stuff.
I
Why
have
not this one?
no huge desire to go to Ren Fair. Like I wouldn't be against it, but it's not like, oh, that's a thing I have to do.
Okay, I'll be honest. I've gone to them. I don't like them.
I
It's just being outside, but less.
just enjoy going to the shows and then going to get a little coffee drink from my little favorite place that's at the one near Austin. And I
Mhm.
think they're also in Sherwood and the big one in near Houston now too. And just chilling and just seeing people's costumes and seeing shows and just hanging out and when I smoke hookah, there's a little stage right next to the hookah bar that you can just smoke hookah and watch the show. It's very nice.
Oh, that's ideal.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's,
I've been to
it's really the
Scarborough,
one that
but
was.
that's about it.
I haven't
I
been
used
to
to go to one
Scarborough
in
yet.
Wisconsin, but the closest one here is in 2 hours away. So I haven't gone as long as I lived in Florida.
Is that Barf?
No, it's
The
called
Gainesville one?
Hogs. It's it's Hogstown, and then there's one in Brevard County. But if I have to travel 2 hours, it's I don't know.
Yeah. No, I have
I
friends
want
that
to
work
drive back.
I have friends that work the Hogstown one.
I want
I've
to
never
go,
been.
but I really want to go.
I've been a lot. I have not been to Scarborough though, so
So if someone who's been to Ren Fairs would like to
damn it.
describe your entrance, what kind of things do you see? What's it like as you go in?
Question, did they give us tickets to go or were we just going on our own?
You're given
Surely they bought us tickets.
you find that each of your emails there is a ticket's been bought for you.
Yeah. As we enter, it's like one of those faux sod castle gates sort of thing with a fortress wood fence to block people out. And up top as you're walking through, it's the washing wenches who basically just are washing clothes and tell dirty jokes, are yelling about come to our show, throwing out flirts with guys that are passing by because they'll dump water on guys and stuff too. at the shows.
Oh God, don't dump water on Johnny.
He'll dry very fast.
You can dry quick.
Yeah, you try quick. And then as you walk in, it's a sprawling mess of like small shops and little performers. There's people dressed as fairies running around to like entertain the kids. The silent statue people, they're like all like Renaissance-ness. Um, food vendors, there's stage shows. There's just people walking around in costumes, and a lot of people not walking around in costumes, and a lot of people walking around in wrong costumes, like Star Trek or Fallout or Star
Those are fun.
Wars.
Well,
Yeah.
I've heard about the Star Trek groups that will go there and pretend to be they've transported down to a planet.
Yeah.
Or Doctor Who cosplayers who do the same type of thing.
Yeah.
People are getting drunk in like 10 in the morning.
Massive turkey legs.
Massive turkey legs, big bottles of mead, jousters. Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff. Like you can like do archery,
Shops.
axe throwing. What?
Shops, tomato justice.
Oh, yeah. But then you said cops. I was like, yeah, I guess.
No, shops, and then like and tomato justice and
Tomato justice. Yeah, you could throw tomatoes at a guy who's like throwing insults at you. Yeah.
I love tomato justice. That's my favorite part.
There's also little like kid rides where they're all hand powered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cute.
So like a big old like swing that the guys are just like running and jumping on and like pushing.
And like you pass a couple of like different acts and such where people are doing like axe throwing, fire, and some of that stuff. And it's not too long before you start to hear like the dulcet sounds of a lyre coming through, and then like it's sort of a guitar. The thing is, it sounds incredibly good. Now, the Scarlet Songbird was sort of a almost like a golden / silver age villain. So we're talking this is one way back, kind of towards the beginning. Who was there? Went to jail for a little bit, but was sort of a dashing thief. And as you kind of get your way, there's a crowd kind of gathered around. And he's probably, I mean, he's definitely, the gray hair gone to white, but in a way that suits him pretty well. As he's up there, still looking fairly lithe for a much older man, and able to like leaps up on a table and kind of like brings some people up, juggling a few things, like singing a song to a pretty lady that he brings up out of it. And there is like you can just sort of feel as he's playing. There's just like your emotions almost get in. Your emotions kind of like almost march along with it. Like there's almost a pull as he's playing. Like, this feels like power is happening to a small degree. The crowd is enthralled.
Did we bring earplugs? Did any of us think to do that?
Nope.
She really did straight up tell us what his powers were, and we were all like, "That's fine."
I'm going to like take my earpods and just start blasting some music in my ears, and take the earpiece out, and just like tuck it away so like it's not in the way.
And as you look around, like the crowd is into it, and they're definitely paying attention and such. But it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem to be full on sort of mind control, but just like it's definitely putting those who are listening into a mood of like, oh, this guy's really great. And as he kind of finishes up a bit of the set, it's like, all right, I am a show every 2 hours, and kind of goes through the whole spiel. And then there's a bunch of it's a weird mix of like what looks to be like college students and then like their mothers ages that are all kind of like up around him, and he is, as it seems to be, very friendly with this group. Karen, they don't want to have the magical soothsaying songbird at the Ren Fair villain get them. Yeah, he's not paying attention to your group right now.
All right.
Do we want to try to take him to talk somewhere else?
Yeah, like maybe he's gonna go into a dressing tent. Like there's performer tents, right? There's like
there's
people
one
who
kind
work here
of
tents.
not too far away.
Yeah,
Is it safe to come out?
Yeah, we're just gonna go punch him, I think, when he goes into the tent.
Why are you
Jester.
punching
Why,
old
why,
men?
why are we gonna punch him? I'm just gonna
Just-
pay him.
We're gonna shake him down, right?
You don't need to
Jester,
punch a man to shake him down.
You have to ask at least once before and then when they don't give you the information, then you start punching because then you have a reason. If you just
Okay.
go up and punch someone, that's assault.
He's an old man
We're-
working at a
hold
Ren
on.
fair. I'm just
We're
gonna pay
superheroes.
him.
We're superheroes. Most of what we do could be classified as assault if we didn't do it to bad people.
You look over as he's signing someone's breast on the thing, and then you see a couple like he hands his phone to someone, and she puts the thing in, and then texts her own.
Okay, all right. We don't need to punch him. All right, fine. We'll just follow him to the tent. We'll ask questions. But, and I'm going to take my plaster ham as part of my Camelot Cuties outfit. If he gives us any guff, we'll just knock him over the head, and then we can take him to another
How
location.
heavy is that?
I
What?
don't know.
It's
How
probably-
I've never used a prop.
It's with something like that, you want something that's durable, and cheap is almost always more important. So it's probably like plastic, like toy level. That's maybe
like
been
a
painted.
wiffle ball bat?
Yeah, like probably somewhere along those lines, as far as like probably hollow, so that they're super light, painted, put together. Like you can bap it against something, it's not going to break, but it's also not. It's not definitely not designed to like club someone over the head.
I'm gonna work on drilling a hole into this and filling it with sand. You guys take care of that.
You bring a
All
drill.
right.
I'm gonna sneak into his tent before he
I'll
gets in
figure it
there
out.
just
Okay.
to look around.
Yeah, the tent itself, as you sort of go in, there's a couple. It's got a couple. It's by several of them. This seems to be his own, and it's even got like the sort of the Scarlet Songbird logo on the side of it. As you go in, there's like a desk that's got like the lights and such on there to help with makeup and such, and there's a big bunch of stuff of that. He's got like
Can I
rows of
can I
bottled
do-
water.
can I do a snoop?
Yeah.
Can I assess while
Yep.
snooping?
Roll your assess. That is, what is that? Yeah, roll plus superior.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Oh well, I'm here. I'm already doing it. I roll the dice.
God.
I forgot I still had free conditions. It's fine. Oh, superior's +3. That's awesome. 5, 6, 7.
Wait, Mo, does kissing someone count for anything? Like drives or anything?
No, my
Damn it.
last strives are save a teammate's life and tell someone your true feelings for them.
Damn. If you'd
that was
spent less
kind of
time
your true
kissing and more time
feelings.
talking.
What did you what'd you roll?
I'm making sure. Hold on. Oh, so I still have guilty. So that is a 8.
All right, you get to ask
Yeah.
one of those questions, and you get to take a
Uh,
+1 working on the answers.
What here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who is most vulnerable? How can we best end this quickly? Because we're really just trying to find answers through him where reflexes, right?
Yeah.
Or where that lady's lair is.
Mhm.
How we best end this quickly by getting that information that we need. Does that make sense as a question, or do I need to ask another question?
I think as you look around, what you see is this is someone who seems to. You're seeing a couple like small trunks in there. You have a feeling he pretty much lives out of this place. Like this seems to be his stuff. Period. End of it. Like he does not necessarily seem like he's got a place, but he's got things he's brought around, which means he's also got some valuables. And as you sort of look through one of the trunks, you're also seeing like some personal effects, some photo albums, some other stuff. Like there's a decent chance you threaten some of this stuff if it comes down to it. And just because this is about all he seems to have.
Okay. I'm gonna take a one of the I guess I'm gonna say like it's like one of the small little like photo album books from like the 90s where you just like you get it from like whenever you print off photos from like the CVS or whatever back in the day.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna like tuck it away and like, just have it just in case.
Okay.
And I'm gonna actually just wait in there for him.
All right. The rest of you see him sort of turn, leave some of the group he's talking to, and he makes his way towards his tent. Where the rest of you
Captain
going?
or
Helen mask is on.
Let's follow him in.
All right, you start making your way there. I'll say as he kind of like flips open the thing, and you literally just hear him. He's like kind of like singing a little bit under his breath. And then you still fucking got it. Opens up the tent and just sees you there, and like just freezes as it kind of the tent thing kind of flaps behind him. And there's just a
I'm
moment.
gonna make sure I put my earbuds back in before he came back, just in case.
Just takes a moment. Just sort of looks at you, and he's still got the guitar, kind of in his hands.
You gonna put that down?
Not planning on it.
I
Who
think
are
it's
you and
best
why
if
are
you
you
should.
here?
Me and my friends got some questions for you, and like as I say that,
this is where we come in.
Yeah.
We form a shadow behind him.
Yeah, as
I
it sort
think you
of
should
comes
put
in,
the thing down.
he with like remarkable sort of dexterity sort of slips to the. He still moves very very quickly. Kind of moves to the side, and it's sort of up. He's got his guitar up, but he's not done anything yet. He goes, "Who the hell are you? What the hell do you want?"
We don't have to come to that. We're just gonna ask you some questions, man. You may know something that we're trying to find because that person has a person that we need. Yeah.
So this is how you ask questions. You sneak into someone's tent.
I mean, you gotta get to know the person before you ask them questions, you know? Make sure you suss them out.
Just sort of takes a look at all of you and goes, "I know y'all seem like kids, so maybe you don't understand that there's much better ways to get someone to go ahead with something.
Honestly, I was just gonna give you money, but
That would be an excellent idea."
Johnny!
We're look.
Cash.
I think Johnny pulls out a wad of like
Put it back!
$1,000.
Put
Just
it,
like,
put it back!
what?
You haven't asked any questions yet. You don't know how much info he's gonna give. You're gonna pay him in advance.
Ethan, do you actually do the two of you have this? Is that what you both say when he pulls it out?
Yeah, I've done to put it back.
Yeah. He literally just like slings his guitar kind of across his pack and just goes, "No, see you, I like you," and then just sort of like kind of heads over, one arm kind of around you and goes, "See you, I could do business with. You know how to approach someone. Everyone else, come in. You're gonna be big. You're gonna be bad. Like, you think I haven't faced down a bunch of people before? I'm pretty good at it. But
I'm just
you
gonna
seem
sit down
to
like
get
on a
me."
chair and like
Mhm.
pull out the photo album. Like, yeah, you know, got some cute
I'm
kids.
just gonna cover my face and just like, oh fuck, we're doing everything at once again. Okay, yep.
So, all right, I'm just gonna cut to the chase because you seem like a cut to the chase type of person. We're trying to figure out where Lady Faust is, and we had heard through the grapevine that you may have had a connection to her in the past.
Fuck. You're gonna need more than 1,000. Lady Faust, he just kind of looks at all of you and goes, "I don't know who you are, but she's probably way the hell out of your league. This is not something you're kids. This is not something you're gonna want to get involved in."
You'd be surprised. We've been involved with a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just flipping through the full album.
Wait, what?
It's
And he just looks at you. What the fuck? Price just tripled.
Price ain't going nowhere, man.
All right. Hey, quick sidebar. Issa, what are we doing this or are we not doing this? Because it looks like Johnny's just gonna pay him off. So if we want to do that, maybe.
Johnny doesn't need to pay for shit.
Okay, do you want like are we gonna go
That's
full
that's,
aggro on
that's
this?
like my
I feel
superpower, though. I have a
That's
lot
not
of
your
money.
superpower, Dale.
Johnny, nobody asked. Nobody's talking to you, Johnny.
No one's talking to you, Johnny.
Wait your turn.
Shut up.
All right.
I think while this is happening, I'm gonna walk over to him and I'm gonna be like, "Real quick, you petted a lot of ladies back in the day, right?"
Back in the day. Do you
Oh,
think
well, up
anything's
until
changed?
current. Did you ever with Starflame by any chance?
Not Starflame, her sister though.
Oh.
That's new information.
I don't know if it ran in the family. The heat. Starflame may have been the one with the heat, but her sister.
That's good. That's a
X-card,
stranger who I don't need to know
X-card.
about.
Oh,
That's a stranger who I don't need to know about. Thank
It
you.
just kind of goes.
So I think I kind of want to provoke him because
OT4.
we have moves that we can use. She's like, look, I don't want to, I'm tired. Look, you're playing with us. We know what we're getting into. Obviously, you think you're such a big man, but obviously, it doesn't seem like it. So it'd be great if you just tell us where she is, just so we can get out of your hair and you can live your life. And this, I could just put it down. So, what do you say, man?
You're doing a provoke?
Yeah, I'm doing a provoke.
Go ahead, roll plus superior. I don't know if any of your conditions bring that down.
It does. It brings it to a +1 instead of +3. Anybody want to spend team?
Yes, immediately. However much you need to spend it immediately.
Just a 1. Yeah, just 1 makes it a 7. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
So whoever wants to help out.
Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. I guess I'll stand there, and be like, those seem extremely flammable. Extremely. Do you keep copies of your film?
At this point, like you just see his jaw, just sort of pinch and goes, and there's just this moment where he takes a step forward, almost like looming over Issa a little bit, and goes, "You want Lady Faust? I'll feed you to Lady Faust if that's what you want. If that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to get into a place where you're going to end up getting killed, that's fine."
You aren't the first adult to tell me these things, so come on, man.
It just sort of looks, and Johnny, you still have the money in your hand.
Yep, I haven't moved it.
No, it's when you look back, it's you without even realizing it's gone because he had managed to snatch it while you were there, and he just goes. So, on the one hand, Lady Faust isn't sort of technically in this dimension, is essentially never in this dimension. However, I do know the places and how to get to where she's at, because she's got a couple doorways that always work. And it's the way that I've gone to work with her before. She's essentially got an entire place that she's got set up that has all of her things and minions, etc. And he kind of goes to his desk and kind of pulls out and then writes down a couple addresses and goes, and hands it to you. Like, one of these addresses is in like a kind of a large business building, up on the top floor. There's also a farm that's kind of out in the country. He goes, there is a small shack on the side, and he puts the address down. He actually just pulls out his phone at one point and kind of brings up Google Maps for something to check the actual address, and then writes some stuff down, because there's a shack that's there that she can come out of over here, and then there's essentially a fairly large park in the middle of the city, and there is sort of almost a decorative doorway that you can go through that way. We are playing Masks.
Oh, by the way, that would end up +7 or 7 anyways without the assistance, because I have a +1 from the SS from earlier. And also, you may ask one additional question even on a miss because of being mindful of your surroundings when you assess the situation. So,
there really was. There's not a lot in his thing. I think what we got was enough.
I'm actually reading my powers for once and be like, oh, that's what I could do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I should do that too.
I should probably do this.
Oh my god.
I think Johnny's gonna pipe up at this point and be like, "You said assistants and minions. I got another wad of money if you tell us a little bit about that."
Stop giving him money.
And just
Johnny, he's
kinda,
just going to take the money anyways.
I have something better.
Okay.
Lady Faust works through.
Johnny.
Oh, wait, did you pull out money?
As
Yep.
Zaylin yells, "I have something better," Johnny just has his hand in his pocket and stops.
I look at Meryl like, can I? Can I?
Yes, Zaylin, whatever you were about to do, yes.
I can give you a phone number you might be interested in.
And he sees at first you could tell he was basically going to be like a fuck you at first. But the moment you say that, he just goes, to what?
Carolyn Winters. But you have to help us, and you have to give us everything you want, everything we want.
Yeah, and he kind of like pushes over like some of the paper that he wrote the stuff down on and goes, all right. She works occasionally with some.
I feel like I'm like in my full suit of bone armor, pulling out my phone and texting, "Hey, Mom, so you're gonna get a really weird text message soon. I'm really sorry. I didn't realize what Zaylin was doing. Love you. Send."
Oh no.
Yeah, and so he just kind of turns and goes, well, she works with like minor supervillains and some henchmen and such that she reaches out and gets. That's all is outside of where she's at. In her actual sanctum, she prefers magical creations because those things are loyalty. There's loyal because, well, they're not real people. They're not real things. So you're going to see mostly gargoyles she's sort of a fan of, but there's also going to be some elementals.
Elementals.
Ooh.
Neat.
Uh-huh. All right. And when she kidnaps people, where would she likely keep them?
Generally, if she kidnaps people, she's taking their souls. But if she's still got someone, if this is who I think it is about, I'm surprised her soul hasn't been taken already. But for whatever reason, she's keeping her alive. This and just kind of looks and goes, "You are not the people to fix this."
Well, we're kind of
That's
the
an old
only
man.
options.
Yeah.
We are.
So you mentioned doorways. Can we go in them, or is this going to be more of a stakeout situation?
No, those are ones you can enter, but then he just kind of turns in, and each of you can choose to reject this influence. He goes, but here's the thing, Lady Faust takes on the Omegas by herself. Lady Faust is old school, and Lady Faust is top notch sort of villains. Like, you are here in a tent trying to pay me, thank you for that, or strong arm me, or try to burn my Polaroids of family members, which I guarantee you she does not have. None of you are ready to walk into this. He's trying to take all of your danger down by one and your mundane up by one.
We reject this.
Rejecting.
Yeah.
If you're
I'll
rejecting,
accept it only
it
because
is
I
a-
have that ability.
unless you've got a special thing, you're gonna go ahead and it's just a straight up roll.
Johnny's
Straight up
actually gonna let that one go.
What is the what is it up against?
No, it's just a straight up roll.
2d6, right?
It's 2d6 straight roll. There's no
Shit.
unless you've got a special power that lets you add to that because there's a couple of them.
Hold on. So if I
I
just
don't.
do this, and
What'd you
then
roll?
D6.
A 3.
All right.
Ooh.
So not only do those, but take a condition as well.
Ah.
Against the cure. Oh God, guys, I'm gonna be screwed if we go
7.
into battle.
Does a 7 do it?
Yeah.
7, you choose one. You have to clear a condition by
okay.
immediately acting to prove them wrong, shift one label up and one label down of your choice, or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
Y'all are not gonna like this. As he says that, I'm going to just like make eye contact with him and be like, "Oh, you really think we're not the ones? You really think we can't do this? You don't know what the fuck we can do." And I'm gonna grab him by the collar and I'm gonna teleport as high as I can straight up.
But
Yeah, teleports straight. And as he's up there, he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You think I won't do this? You think I don't have what it takes? I can go right back down there. I'm not at terminal velocity yet.
Oh, as you're following?
You, however,
And then he just goes,
you will be.
I am like a bird, I can fly away, I can fly away. And then, like, suddenly you actually start to, like, the fall starts to slow and you start to change the direction in which you're going. And as he's singing in your face, I am like a bird, while you are, while he's starting to use some of his magic.
That sucks on a lot of levels. Is he good? Like,
Oh, yeah.
how is he? Oh, he's good? Okay.
Oh,
like
yeah,
performing well?
it's very good. But it's
Okay.
probably not what you would have thought as far as this choice of
Yeah,
song.
I thought it was more like mind control. I didn't think it was like change reality.
It's
All right,
it's got other magics and stuff too. It's just
Is there like a lake nearby?
there is, but the thing is, very quickly, you are not the one in charge
Damn.
of the you're not the one in charge as you're sort of flying, and then once it's sort of going, he's just you're now kind of flying over the Ren Fair at this point, and he just goes, still think this was a good idea, and he still seems to be under control because right now, because you were just able to fall with with the velocity, but he's now able to like fly, not fast, not like with a huge amount of like power or anything, but enough that you are now like moving vertically as opposed to like horizontally instead of vertically. He goes, "You want to take
But I'm still
us
holding
back?"
him, right?
Oh yeah, and he's kind of holding. So you can kind of like you almost hear, even though he stopped singing, you can almost hear the song still like very faintly in your ears, even though he stopped. He goes, "We want to take us back."
I'm going to. Okay. If I can still teleport, I'm just going to teleport him into. I would. If I were to like assess the situation and like look around, is there anything that is in very rapid motion below me? Like, is there a joust going on? Is there some sort of riders? Anything like that? Any sort of obstacle?
Yeah, you do see some.
Kill this old
You do see some like horses going, like they're hitting the rings.
Okay, so like they're just jumping.
Well, they're going through and kind of hitting the rings with lances.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm trying to clear angry, and I don't know if I've cleared it yet, so I'm going to keep it going until I feel like it's cleared.
Well, I would say so far at this point, it's because you had to react, so that doesn't clear it on that one because you did the thing that you had to for trying to break the influence.
I am going to teleport him. Okay, he's moving forward, which means that I have my back to like the direction of motion. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm gonna try to teleport him in front, like to put us in a situation where he will get sort of peeled off of me by a horse.
And
I will not
try to unleash your powers. Roll plus freak. I don't know if you're if whatever conditions you have may affect that.
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on. -2 to provoke, -2 to defend. I don't have hopeless, so just 2d6 for. Why are my dice never where I need them? All right, digital it is. So that's freak, right? That's a 9.
All right. Go ahead and mark a condition as you both teleport. Like it catches both of you on the thing, and so you're basically both kind of like thrown, and suddenly the horse kind of goes from that sort of teleporting, and he rolls off to one side, and you kind of hit the other. For everyone else, they just disappeared out of the tent.
Why is he like this?
Why?
I don't know, but the old man doesn't bother me at all. And I think we should do it. And I'm going to clear afraid. So I'm not going to be afraid anymore.
Was that because of your roll with...
Yeah, well, I rejected and I got a 7. Okay. So, like, yeah. So, like, Issa's just, like, really confident about this right now. She's just going to, like, put the photo album back on the table and just be like, let's go find them. And just, like, gets up and just walks out.
Can't leave Jester.
Jester's around here somewhere.
Also, I can get home. I'm not unconscious, am I? Is there anything preventing me from coming back?
No, so I would say we'll see what they do there. But I mean, are you full up on conditions? Do you still have conditions you could take?
Well, when I resisted influence, did I get to clear one and then
Well,
take
'cause-
another one?
wait, what did you roll when you resisted?
That was a 7.
Oh, so 7. Um. Oh yeah, you get to either clear a condition or mark potential by immediately by acting to prove them wrong.
Okay. So I did that. I'm not full up. I'm gonna mark the condition I'm marking for fucking that up and doing bad. I think is hopeless because I fucked up and I did it bad. Yeah. So I'm not full up.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but you're not unconscious, but you got like just knocked around. But for everyone else in the tent, yeah, what are you doing? He's like, Issa puts down the thing, and you're ready to charge in. What about the rest of you?
Let's go.
Yes.
I, I'm a little scared about fighting elementals. Because if there's a water one, I'm fucked.
Well, I'll take water. You take
Okay.
fire.
But can't
Wait.
your fire like burn through it?
Depends how much water there is.
Well, how much fire you got,
Johnny.
big boy?
Yeah,
If
you once turned into the sun, remember?
Yeah.
that's when I don't have control. Like there's issues here. Like when I produce that much flame, I can't control it.
Johnny, you
Well,
gotta
we'll take care of
understand that you have one of the most extreme powers here. I mean, Mara's got extreme body powers that we're not going to talk about currently, but like, and Zalen's got like out of this world, like spectacular powers, and Jester's got teleportation and illusions. But you, man, you get the most direct shit that anyone else has here. And I think you'll be just fine. You're going to be good. You're going to be fine, man.
All
If
right.
Dragon Ball Z's taught us anything, the answer is go Super Saiyan.
I'm okay.
I
Hey. Okay,
Okay.
look at Johnny.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this. This is gonna be okay. Okay. We
Okay.
have fought awesome villains before.
So let's okay. I
I'm
think
scared.
he's-
I'm scared too. I am. But we've got to do this because if we don't, what else can we do? Right?
Right. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Kick
cool.
ass.
I was trying to do a comfort and support, but everybody else hopped in, so
I only said a Super Saiyan thing. I feel like that definitely was maybe you could maybe Zalen
You
Issa
could take-
tag
you could-
team situation.
Yeah, you can take the comfort support. Go ahead. Because I guarantee your comfort support would be better than mine.
Bro.
Oh, so we'll see how Johnny reacts after this roll.
so it's 7 on the dice.
Okay.
So that's -3.
Oh. Oh.
So that'd be a 4.
Oh no.
Well, you get to mark potential.
Hey, another
John-
full batch.
Like as you two pep talk, Johnny, he's like, all right, let's do this. It's like a small tear. Let's go.
Let's go.
The other
It's
thing,
a me,
my friend's,
Johnny.
my friend's daughter kept going, "It's a me, Mario," like just like quite a bit while we were out this weekend.
Ah,
Summy.
All right,
right.
do you go to one like the nearest one is in the park in the middle of town?
I think we wait for Jester to meet
Oh, yeah.
back up with us.
Yeah.
Um,
Comes back battered, dirty, has like a hoof print on his back.
Oh,
He-
did you get
What
kicked by a horse?
I don't want to talk about it.
What did you do to that old man?
What?
I don't want to talk about it.
But why?
Where are we
I
going?
wish you hadn't done that. I had a really cutting barb that I was going to give him that was going to make him sad psychologically. We
I
were
could
going to be
teleport you
leaving, and
over
I
to
was
where
going
he's
to.
on. Do you want to go where he's in the mud and like tell him the sad barb while he continues to like clean mud off of his jacket?
No, let's just
No!
leave.
Okay.
I was gonna say you should change your name to Silver Fox because you're old.
That's not
Sorry.
really.
No,
But that-
sorry.
that's
but
not
you're
all
old.
cutting.
The silver songbird.
But you're old and extremely hot. That's
Yeah, I don't know if that was really cutting. I feel like that would have, if anything, boosted his confidence.
No, so I was gonna say the silver songbird because you're old.
It's still pretty good.
you
Still
gotta,
comes
you
out
gotta,
of that
you gotta
looking okay.
workshop these a little bit better before you. You should call yourself the Silver Fox because.
Yeah. Hey, Marrow, I think maybe there's a good in between when I do and what you do, and if we can find that midpoint, we do better.
You're right.
So are you?
You know what? I would love to one day psychologically destroy someone with you, cuz I know
And
I'm
when
technically
it
your
is-
aunt, but
You're not
Aunt.
cousins though.
Zaylin, not now. Michael, would you say this is a comfort and support role?
Is it comforting?
Yeah, I don't.
Wait,
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
necessarily think so. But
Was
also,
that comforting me?
But also,
Yes, because one day I'd like to psychologically torture someone with you. Comforting.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not gonna count that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm
necessarily
not.
count that.
I'm not the
That-
GM,
that
but I'm
seemed
not gonna
like-
count that.
That seemed like banter. But also, I know that part of Mo's whole thing was Issa's whole thing here, taking it to prove them wrong, which means that's usually go pretty immediately.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone send a quick text to your loved ones that we're going into another dimension.
I sent a text to Johnny.
I'm gonna just text Cammy and be like, "Hey, that was weird last night. I'm sorry, but you're still my friend. You're really cool. Sorry, I'm not the one for you."
Red.
Great.
Oh,
All right, cool. I'm gonna text Tommaso and Aunt Carolyn.
Johnny just kind of looks at Zalen's like, yeah, we're going to another dimension.
That's kind of sweet and also a little sad.
I think Issa's gonna text Rosalina
Mhm.
and be like, "Going to another dimension, need anything?"
And just, good luck.
And also text the same thing to Nina.
Yeah, it's still undelivered. She hasn't seen it yet.
Okay.
Do you? I don't know if Jester, you teleport everyone there or.
I will if they want it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not walking distance, right? The park is not in the Ren Fair.
No, it's a bit further away.
Also,
Yeah.
whenever we get there, I'm gonna take this fucking armor off and get into my uniform because fuck this shit.
Mhm. Now, outside the door, and you're given the instructions on how to actually go through it. The door itself is in basically there's a statue, and it has a door in the side that's probably maybe for maintenance or something. But if you open it this certain way, it'll actually open up into her lair essentially.
All right, we do that.
Oh,
I didn't think it would be that easy. I thought there was going to be a puzzle or a lock.
Open the door.
All right,
I mean, how many people?
When you follow the directions it gave you, when you open the door, instead of the room inside, you just see a shimmering, right in the doorway.
Huh.
I think Johnny looks right at Issa and goes, "Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?"
she's just gonna pat him in the chest, just double chat in the chest and just walks past them and just walks in.
I think he looks at everybody's like, "That's what I thought."
Does everyone else follow?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you see, you're the first one. Is as you come through, you step into this large kind of dining hall, and there's large chandeliers up there with flames lighting basically lighting this kind of whole thing. It looks very kind of gothic and something you see in a fantasy film almost in a lot of respects. You see several kind of gargoyles and stuff on the walls and some kind of moving around. But right as you come through, standing at one end of the table, you see Lady Faust, who's standing up, and you actually see like mystical energy kind of already gathering around her hands. Apparently felt it as it sort of opened, but then you hear, and this is as everyone else comes through. Then you hear her sitting next to her at the table. Reflex reaches out. No, 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 they're here for me. Reflex is not being constrained in any way. She has dinner in front of her, same as Lady Faust. And this seems like a good time to take a bathroom break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Uh,
good.
Damn.
All right.
Lesbians.
Oh,
Read that.
And they were
let's go,
roommates.
They were
lesbians.
They were
roommates.
roommates.
All right, we will be back in about 10 minutes. Back in 10. All right.
Mm.
Do me a quick favor. Let's make sure all your stuff is working.
Pop, 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 pop.
Yep, you are showing
Testing,
up
testing.
there.
Hi, yeah. Oh, hello.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah.
I'm
Ba, 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 ba. I'm loving it.
No.
Okay, let me just fix this real quick.
La, da, da, da,
There we
da.
go. All right.
Whoa.
Yeah, so she goes, stop! They're here for me. And you got Reflex sitting there, looks to be having dinner with this fairly well-known villainess.
Oh,
Are we
Hi.
interrupting? We can go.
Lady Faust
How
sort
many
of...
of us are in the tunnel? Are we all inside?
No, it's just as soon as you step through... Because the thing is, like, when it opened up, it kind of, like, let her know that something was, like, a door was opening, and it was opening into that, like, hall. So, yeah, when you came in, she was there sort of ready, but then you see the magic around her hand sort of dissipate.
Yeah, I think Issa was in a fighting stance and she's like, "Oh, hi." Yeah, are we interrupting anything or
The Reflex says, "No, this is good. Please have a seat." And then looks at Lady Faust and goes, "Then to you, all of this is weird. None of this is what any of us want it to be, but it might be for the best."
can I like look at Lady Faust and see what she's
She's kind of like narrow eyes, like kind of taking each of you in. Just like looks like she's assessing your threat. As you come in. But she like currently she's like you're not seeing any of the magic and such, but she's still got she's got that tension, like she's ready to go and she hasn't quite decided. But like when Reflex, she went from like active alert to on standby when Reflex told her to stand down.
I'll
Wait.
murder these teens. To I might murder these teens.
Yeah, I think with that Obsidian's gonna like I guess go to the other side of the table, like start walking slowly to like not like upset her. To like the other side of the table, like sit across from Reflex. And like I guess because she's right here then. So I think she's gonna like hold out like a hand out and be like, Obsidian.
She kind of reaches out and goes, "Lady Faust." And kind of looks over at Reflex again and goes, "All of you, please sit. Be welcome." And then takes
Yep,
a moment and goes, "This could be for the best."
Sorry to intrude. I'll just sit here and I'll just scoot in next to just grab the chair next to City. Is there chairs?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'll scoot right by. Oops, oops, oh.
Excuse me. Stop. I'm just
I
Jimmy,
just,
scoot right by you there.
so I'm assuming Lady Faust is at the end of the table. Is there a chair at the other end?
Yep.
Johnny sits there.
I need to sit, so I'm gonna shed my armor like a carapace and
Oh
sit
my
down at
god.
the table.
You didn't take it off beforehand?
Oh
Oh.
my god.
We were
Are
going
there
to
any
a
more-
castle to fight.
Are
And,
there
It was
any
on
more chairs?
theme.
'Cause if not, I'm going to stand.
and Reflex just goes, "I was investigating Snowstorm, trying to see how deep it went. Snowstorm worked with Lady Faust to essentially kill me." And Lady Faust just goes, "When a superhero wants you to kill one of their own, it's much better for me not to cover up their problems, but to erode the Omegas from the inside out. Instead of killing Reflex, well, she wants to find out what's going on. I want to see the Omegas destroyed. So we're not quite doing the same thing here, but for a little bit, our paths will converge nicely."
Yeah, that sometimes
doesn't
sometimes you gotta work together.
Doesn't sound ominous at all.
Then she just smiles. She goes, "Think of it this way. I've clashed with them many times. The problem right now, we've got there's corruption in the ranks. A corruption that I'd always sort of hoped was there. Reflex can't abide because, well, one is going to get her killed. this continues, but we help take this care of. The Omegas are destroyed, as they probably have to be. And I have less problems.
It does make some sense. If Sablestar came to us, it was like, wait, I need you to kill that one guy with the dreads. I feel like all of us would be like, no. Yes.
So what have y'all found out so far?
Well, we were talking about what possibly to do. And there's a moment where she just goes, time doesn't move quite the same here as it does outside.
Oh,
Oh.
how long has it been in here?
Oh, about a day, perhaps? It took us a little bit of talking before we managed to find an impasse. I didn't want to take her soul, especially because Snowstorm wanted me to. So I was looking for a better way to do this.
So you don't like Snowstorm either?
I don't like any of them. I don't like Reflex. But, and then he goes, and then turns to Reflex goes, no offense. Reflex is the least dangerous to me.
Michael, what what stat would you say is like gaydar?
I don't think that's really a stat. I think you just gotta like.
Are you trying to figure out?
Vibin'?
You trying to figure out if that's a thing here?
Yeah, there's a vibe, right? I know I'm picking it up, but like,
do pierce the mask. Roll plus mundane.
Okay, hold on. I am.
But we'll make them Gaydar themed questions.
Authority questions.
Okay, that's 7 plus 1, 8.
All right, you can ask one of those questions.
Michael, I am doing the sheet from my iPhone right now, so if you could tell me the questions, please.
What are you really planning? What do you want? What do you want me to do? Or this could be between them two. What do they intend to do? How could you get a character to blank? And how could I gain influence over you? How could they get influence over each other, or something like that?
I guess what do you plan to do? But like, let's change that to, do you plan to fuck?
What you get is you think Lady Faust would be up for it. However, Reflex seems very relieved that all of you are here. Reflex, you just get the feeling that Reflex is trapped between a rock and a hard place. But that's
the sexiest place to be. It's hard.
Cough, cough.
All right. Well.
Oh no! I'm stuck by this rock. Be a shame if a hard place showed up.
What are you doing, stepbrother?
No!
What?
Oh my
Hello?
God.
The old meme.
Oh,
I don't think we can even clip that, can we? I don't.
What are you doing, step villain?
Okay. Huh. I didn't. When I sat down today, I didn't think that this was where this was going to go. I was expecting beating up old
by
ladies.
now.
so
This is exactly where I thought it was going to go.
so you said that we would be. You want us here? What do you want from us?
Because we've been talking about the best way to. What we need to do is figure out who all is corrupt inside the Omegas, where that's coming from. More to point in fact, I want to know who still is salvageable inside the Omegas. It was going to be just the two of us. But if there's more of us, we might be able to do more to not only blow up on their connections, but I'm sure this also goes back to Jason Blake. He's got enough money to cause some problems, especially with all of you.
Yeah,
Plus,
he's already causing problems for old Johnny.
Okay, so we have who's all in the Omegas? I mean, hold on, I'm looking at the list.
Really quick, Michael, if
Yeah.
Trish was the one that sent us in here because she was aware that, as far as she was concerned, Reflex had just been kidnapped, by
She said it's been a day here. It's been probably what 3 to 5 with the other
Yeah.
stuff that have happened outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
more so
Issa tried
mean
to
that-
text her and like she never got a response back, right?
Correct.
I more so mean if Trish knows that she's alive, who's to say that Snowstorm hasn't seen through this ruse?
Well, she
'Cause how did Trish know?
what she said she found out was that she found out there's some people that have worked with her that through a little bit through the Songbird that she had been taken.
Okay, but more the question is, do we know for sure that Snowstorm thinks that Reflex is dead?
You have no idea. Mm.
Ah,
You got Red Dwarf, Snowstorm, Reflex, Blink, Magus, and Nova are the members of the Omegas.
And we don't know much about them. Like Reflex is like my main girl, like, right? Like
Yeah, a lot of I mean the problem Reflex is the one you've had the most direct interaction with, but the problem with the rest of them, outside of the couple experiences you've had with them directly, kind of like in The Boys, they have a very slick PR campaign for when they show up. They've all been media trained. They do the superhero stuff, but they also are essentially the face of a corporation and of essentially supers as law enforcement. So they are very slick in how they approach things. They try to have like a squeaky clean or kind of a close to a good image for people. It's all built up to be packaged.
Hmm. All right. So how are we gonna figure out who's good and who's not? We know Snowstorm's bad.
Yeah.
100%.
She goes, Snowstorm for sure. I'd almost think Blink has to be in it because if you have to get around without anybody noticing, Blink is the best person to do that. And the way Blink is, I would not be shocked. Beyond that, I'm not entirely certain.
but they could have gotten some teleporters, like how the that other group of people had.
Well, that's what Blink. I mean, Blink is a teleporter. Blink's a teleporter and a
Yeah, but
shapeshifter.
No, I mean more so that they could have gotten the technology that Issa now has.
Yeah. But
also isn't Magus like dating Snowstorm?
Yep.
In like the article, so they're probably a part of it.
That's a good one.
yeah, she does go. Nova can't stand Snowstorm.
Maybe
Yeah,
we should try to talk to her then.
I haven't yet. And Red Dwarf, I don't know.
Red Dwarf was a dick to Zaylin at one of those, and Ivy. Like Red Dwarf and Snowstorm were real dicks.
Being a dick
we're a
does
group-
not equate.
The unfortunate truth is we're a group of incredibly rich, incredibly super powerful, famous people. It's very easy to be a dick when you're doing that, particularly when the cameras aren't on you at the moment. And you see Lady Faust just sort of like just takes in a drink. And this was just sort of a smile and goes, "I say I don't trust any of them. Just bring them all down."
It's not a bad idea. I mean,
So,
we
what
don't
are-
know.
What do you stand to gain from all this, Lady Faust?
One less thorn in my side. The Omegas are out of the way. I mean, the Omegas, Magus in particular, have been a pain in my ass for years. Reflex has also been one of them, but
if they're gone, they're going to be replaced by a new team.
a new team
Yeah,
without
probably
the
the Downtown Five.
Probably the Downtown Five.
and like Reflex just
They're up
goes,
in
"We're the
covers."
Downtown Five."
Exactly.
Oh, they're another.
So
group.
like there's Main Street and then there's like 3rd and 5th and 7th. They kind of operate around those like 6 blocks.
Yeah, they're not big yet.
Yeah,
But
Lady Faust just goes, "There's not another super team. There's not another group of supers who've worked together with the amount of experience of the Omegas in existence currently."
I look at Reflex. How close are you with your teammates?
Not particularly. A lot of my teammates, as you may have noticed, are assholes because they're rich, super powerful people that have that have magical or super gifts they've had their whole life, and not had to work for it the way I did.
And none of them are trying to, and none of them are coming to save you right now.
And
So,
Lady Faust just goes, they'd have a hard time finding where we're at. We're not currently in
but
the universe.
even so, you'd think that.
I mean, it wasn't that hard for us,
I
honestly.
mean,
like,
remember-
it only cost me
Yeah,
$1,000.
that's because you offered money.
It cost you 3,000.
Yeah, which way? Reflex goes, how did you discover this?
Wait,
Don't worry about that.
I paid an old
Yeah,
guy.
Johnny!
and he
Ah,
told us-
Johnny!
Yeah.
Johnny!
What? And
No.
Lady Faust just goes, you paid an old guy.
Yeah.
Did he have a guitar by chance?
No,
No.
not a guitar, no.
And like magic just sort of appears around her hands. It just
It was a liar. It was a liar.
And
the
then-
minute the magic starts, it was
like
a liar, not a guitar.
gargoyle rises up from like the stone, and she speaks in this language you've never heard before. That like almost just echoes in your ears, and it's just like, and it heads towards another door, just throws it open, and then leaps through. And she goes, he'll be joining us shortly.
Please don't. What? No, I don't like that horny old man.
Oh,
Yeah,
crud.
actually, can you not bring him here? Can you do you have like another dimension that you can put him in?
Comes back and he's there. He's just got like the phone. He goes, Carol, I'm about to call you back. As he's like,
Oh my
brought
God.
through the thing like with the thing around his neck and just drops him. He goes,
I most certainly
thought she was gonna kill all of you.
I most
We're working
certainly
on it.
did not sell you out.
And then she just goes, Songbird. He goes, they threatened me. And I thought feeding them to you for, their souls for your stuff. Like, would you seriously have a problem with any of these? She just goes like, you're lucky they may prove useful. Have a seat. And he just
I go back. I look back at Reflex. I'm like, if you don't care about your teammates, it doesn't matter if the entire team gets taken down, does it?
There is no one else. There is no other group currently put together that are as effective and able to react to all sorts of. There are things that we fight back that you've never heard of, because we've managed.
But two-thirds of your team are actively trying to kill you, correct?
Zaylin, we can't cash that check until we're 100% sure. I don't know what it is about this team where we're constantly trying to be judge, jury, and executioner for every goddamn person, whether it's a horny old man or like literally Hitler. Every single time. Like, I
Wait, y'all fought
understand
Hitler?
closer to the that end, but every single horny old man, we're just like,
No,
let's
Billy,
solve
we didn't
this
fight.
problem.
We didn't fight Hitler. We fought a turtle.
Reflex looks a little like, oh god.
Okay.
Lady Faust just got the wine and everything, and then just like the smile going across her face while she's watching this. She seems plenty entertained.
We need to figure out whether or not, because just because you're dating someone, they could be dating for the press. Reflex, you yourself have said that you don't know them that well. Maybe they're just dating because it's cute. Remember how much our profile went up when you and Johnny started dating?
But I like Johnny.
Yeah, like, we didn't date because of publicity, though.
But you could have. You very much could have. They could be dating for publicity. They
Magus
could be dating, but
Magus and Snowstorm were dating before anybody knew. For quite a while before anybody knew.
Yeah, maybe they're
maybe
just
she's
like
the world's most oblivious person.
yeah, sure. Or maybe Snowstorm's better at being evil sneaky than he is around us. Maybe he's better
which
at hiding it.
does seem highly unlikely, but maybe.
Reflex.
We have to have all the facts before we decide that we're gonna just like Reflex. I'm sure that you would agree that like yes, there are problems within the Omegas, but maybe there's if we can get one or two of you, then that's at least a team of 3, even if it's you plus 2 assholes.
She goes, if I know who I can trust, I think it's important to have a group that does what we do, and especially the things you don't see us do.
Reflex. Like Issa's like City's just waiting till like the chaos calm down a little
Mhm.
bit. And how much do you know about their personal lives?
We talk. There's things that we see. I know I've met family members for some of them, but granted, we keep most of that separate simply because mind readers exist, and if they can get to one of us, they can get to the rest of us. So there's certain things we keep quarantined off to keep us all safe. There's a lot of
Smart.
levels of security that are set up around us. It's a whole thing.
I was asking so I can see if I can like follow like Nova or somebody around to like get more information and eventually.
She goes, or did you say something like that, or?
Yeah.
She goes, Nova's the one I know the best. Partly because neither of us can stand Snowstorm.
Well,
I have an idea.
if you want to, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
If you want to, if you want to give your blessing to Snowstorm or Nova or whatever, I'll reach out to Nova directly, in or out of costume, and just try to have an honest conversation with her.
It's not a terrible idea.
Sorry, Zaylen, go ahead.
Okay, so you the Omegas work for Blake Industries, right?
We're with them and the government. I mean, we work mostly with the government. We're funded by Blake Industries because Blake
Okay.
Industries is able to get us things that would have to be on the books because of some of the laws that were put forward under the government, but through the international arms of Blake Industries, they've been able to supply us with things we wouldn't otherwise be able to have.
What if we do a fake out with them about what um Lady Faust wants? What if we say that she wants Jason Blake?
But as of this moment, none of the Omegas except for Snowstorm and anyone associated with him actually know that Reflex is like kidnapped
She goes,
or dead.
what you were
Because
told.
the other ones,
I think you originally told, they thought that she'd been on a infiltration mission, which she's done on occasion. Like it's like she's the most like Black Widow / Hawkeye, go off and have to
Yeah.
do something and then come back and let it, because she's the most highly trained person in there.
But okay, so if Snowstorm is working for Jason Blake behind the scenes, and we know this because he's trying to intercept Johnny and his testimony against Jason. If we make Jason the target, we can infiltrate who in the team. Basically, what I'm saying is, would the team give up Jason for your safety?
The government wouldn't allow it. Jason Blake, even in prison, still carries a lot of water.
So let me have that conversation with Nova, so I can at least try to get someone on our side.
And
And
Reflex was a little nervous about it, but then Lady Faust just goes, if people believe you're dead, we haven't told them anything. We have some of them snoop around. They've got plenty of reason to be snooping because of Jason Blake.
she's not wrong.
Reflex, do you have any relationship with Trish, by the way? Trish Moses?
I know Trish. Trish has been around a long time. Trish knows more than most.
Is she super? I tell us.
Trish is something. I haven't seen Powers of Trish, but Trish.
Oh, she's super. She's gotta be.
But Trish is
enhanced or something.
Trish has been the same age ever since I met her.
Wow.
And from what I've been told, Trish was around before the Rift.
God, I
Wait,
can't imagine
what?
being in that same job that long.
She was on before the Rift.
There were supers before the Rift?
Because I don't know if there was a super before the Rift, but I know what I've heard, the rumors I've heard, Trish predates the Rift, and maybe the Rift changed her, and she's just happened to be on the cusp of it. But
Wait,
she's been
did the
around
Rift
a long
happen in the
time.
1990s?
When was the Rift? I'm trying to
Happened in
remember.
Where's
Uh,
our
Hold on.
Where's the Melanote? I'm
I
trying to
thought
remember the
there-
date.
I got the Melanote pulled up. Let me find the fucking world information.
I thought it was like in
Ni-
the 1990s.
she's been the exact same age for 20 years.
1998, the rift opens.
Which,
1998.
if you haven't aged for getting to 25 years, like you notice aging in that time, and then say
Yeah.
she looks like she's in her mid 40s, but like a really well kept mid 40s. So yeah,
Mid 40s forever is a pretty good place to sit.
Mhm.
Yeah. But would you say Trish is clean? Because Trish was one who sent us in here after you.
She was the only thing I trust. Trish has whatever her own thing is, and Trish has been behind a lot of the stuff that we've been sent to stop. That we're talking world level threats that you never find out about. Trish monitors all those kind of things. She's trying to keep a lot of people safe. I don't know if she's got other plans, but she's been in the position she's been in so long that if she'd want to do more, I think she could have.
Ugh.
We should talk to Nova, or
Yeah.
Obsidian should talk to Nova.
Yeah.
I just say just me because I don't want to overwhelm
Yeah.
her, and also since and Obsidian's gonna look directly at Reflex, who says it's see you as a mentor in some ways.
Oh, first supers were in 1945.
Oh yeah,
What was the
weird.
rift open?
1998.
But yeah, she predates the rift. Like, yeah, there have been supers since Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
yeah.
Ansel pulled it.
Ah.
When Rio Grande, Brazil, there was like a hole broke open, a red light beamed into space for 2 hours. And then we had the first, 1952 was the first powered person out of Japan.
2 hours is
Gotcha.
the scariest amount of time.
Wait, 2 hours?
I don't know. It feels like because it's not like 30 seconds where you could be like, maybe I didn't see that, but it's also like you're just like I'm terrified, but it's
2 hours feels like it's enough to send something to someone. That it's not a permanent thing, but it's getting something through. And
yeah.
it's
But if
more,
it was
it's
like
more than a
18
blip.
hours,
I'm gonna
Did
refill.
she-
I can hear you, but give me a second.
Oh, I was gonna say, Michael, did you hear what I said
Oh, what did you
before?
say?
I said that basically East Obsidian looks at her and called
Oh,
Reflex a
mentor?
mentor to her face. Yeah.
And yeah, and she just sort of smiles and goes, "I've been a little more hands off maybe than I should have been. We can make that more
Okay.
official."
Yeah, we can work on that.
So it sounds like we have a plan. You're gonna go talk. Do the rest of us want to just stand by, or do we want to try and do something?
If there's some reconnaissance y'all can do on the other people, I know y'all hate Magus, or not Magus, Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf.
I have a question.
Yep.
Would volunteering to take on a surveillance duty on one of these characters absolve my guilt? Because
No.
that would be a sacrifice to absolve my guilt? No.
Because it's not a sacrifice. This is something you pretty much need to do. Like this is part usually the outside of the stuff you're doing for the regular supers is what takes care of those things, or going overboard or in excess of it.
Gotcha.
I'll take over Red Dwarf unless you want it, Zaylan.
I'll take over. I'll take them.
Okay.
Does that leave Magus?
Yeah, but
Uh,
Magus is dating
Magus, Snowstorm,
Snowstorms.
Magus, Snowstorm,
So-
and Blink. Blink, because I put a QUE. Because it's very fancy.
Who is this?
Blink is
The
their
teleporter.
teleporter/shapeshifter.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
Blink.
Let's hang out with Blink, or I'll follow Blink, and if anyone wants to do that, we can tag team. But I'll follow Blink. Seems easy enough.
All right.
So we've got Issa, Zaylen, and Jester. What are Are Johnny and Rosalind doing anything specific with this?
I don't know. Uh, yes.
I mean, I
Who's
feel like it's
left?
dangerous to keep an eye on Snowstorm.
We know Snowstorm's dirty.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
like,
know.
But it'd be good to at least have some eyes on him and see what he's doing, where he's going, who he's talking to.
I'll take Snowstorm.
Johnny, is that the best idea?
No, but it'll be fine.
All right. Well, when you eventually get beat up, try to get beat up in a way that clears conditions.
Yeah, Rosalind, are you going with one of these people or?
Jester, do you mind if I tag along for blank, or would I just
Not at
hinder
all.
you?
no, you can come with.
Okay.
All right, unless anyone else wants me, but then
As you're talking with this, like Lady Faust just starts laughing. She goes, when I woke up this morning, there's a lot of ways I thought today would go, but certainly not like this. And then just looks and goes, can he be of service to any of you?
Not it.
Point to the songbird.
Hey, do you have magic that will make his dick not work?
Oh no.
Goes,
Jester.
he just sort of looks and goes, I haven't needed any magic in that respect, so I've not done any worked on any spells that way. I probably could.
Okay, it's only if you had it ready. Like I'm not super invested in it, but if you had it on deck, then
Doesn't usually
let's-
come
What
up
did
in
I
my
just
in my
say?
business.
Let's let the old man go back to his Ren fair where he will just retire into misery.
He's right here in front of us.
yeah, but I don't respect him, so I'm not interested in like maintaining his dignity. So
And he just looks at Lady Faust and goes, so can I please go back to making a living? And she just goes, and then like that door opens again. He goes, and he's got his phone out while he goes through the door.
Oh.
If he wasn't about to do what he's about to do, I would have to grow him a bone guitar out of guilt.
Why?
why? Why are we
Why?
guilty? He's bad. He's
Bad
He's not
man.
bad. He's not
he's bad
that
in the way
bad.
that I don't like him.
Bad in the way that makes you feel gross.
Yes.
Yeah, but take this, give it 10 years, and add a lot of money, and who do you think you'd turn into?
Dust, because he's old.
The Omegas.
That's pretty
us.
good. That was a good joke.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All
It's not
right.
a little joke. It's a reflection of you would become monsters if you.
No.
Oh, you're talking
yeah,
about
but-
us. I thought you were talking about him. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
all of you.
I don't know. The Omegas like take money from billionaires to do bad, and like we.
Honestly,
Well,
if I want
I
to take
beat
if
up
I want
old
to take
men.
money from and be a bad person, I can just go back home and be with my family.
I feel like
We
there's a
take
level of
money
scale
from
between us and the
thousandaires to
Omegas.
be like mediocre people at best. What happens when we move up a rank?
Hope are better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We trade the curse an
Anyways.
old man's dick for the crime of not being likable. There's a lot of people I
Who
don't
is
like.
we? It was
That was
him.
me. I asked about that.
Specifically Jester, but team
Oh,
overall.
I see. You're applying it to the whole team as part of a
The-
lesson.
I did not want that.
At this
The
point,
most chaotic bits of-
at this point, the camera cuts back from you all bickering to just Lady Faust just taking a drink with a big smile, and then Reflex just sitting there looking kind of mortified. And Lady Faust just leans over and goes, "Is a team this much fun? Because I've never been a part of one." She just, and
Oh.
Reflex just goes. I'm sorry, continue. I think it's hilarious. You're just having this in front of
Yeah,
both
we're
of
just
them. It's
having this
so
out.
Goddamn funny.
Every
I-
chaotic thing that happens this team is Jester's responsibility.
Not every.
That's a girl.
Not every.
I mean,
Most of them.
I mean,
Like four. Like 4 things.
Before Jester
I don't
showed
know how
up,
many.
before Jester showed up, it was a lot of me.
It was a lot of you.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, he kind of showed up and took my thunder, so I don't do stupid stuff anymore.
I mean, y'all could do stupid stuff together. Like
We could do stupid stuff. We
When's,
just
when's
need to
the
hang out.
when's the last time y'all
No!
hung out and did things?
We
Yeah,
have
hey,
never
actually-
hung out.
Johnny, we should do something.
Oh
How do you feel
god.
about how do you feel about
I
Grand
think you
Hostage?
shouldn't have this here. Reflex says very loud.
Oh. Okay, yeah. We're
And then
Yeah.
Lady Faust
Hey.
goes, "No, please continue." I love.
Do you hey Lady Faust, do you these doors like these doors go to different places, right? So like we could go through get which one of these is like downtown Pittsburgh?
Where
Pittsburgh.
Philadelphia?
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, whatever.
Yeah,
Same difference.
She says, "Is there a specific place you'd like to go?"
Home?
Just back to Philly.
It's kind of
And
central.
then the one that you come through opens again because this will take you back to the park.
Yeah.
How do we get in touch with you?
Just takes a moment and then like walks over to a place, kind of grabs like this like sort of gemstone thing, and then just kind of comes back with this gemstone. It's about that big. Like you're looking at it, going, it looks like it might be worth a ton, but she just sort of hands it to. She kind of holds it out. I don't know who would grab it.
Salen's taking it.
Who's
I
Zaylen?
think
You-
Obsidian, for how strong and like how powerful, like, person she is, when it comes to magic, she's like, look, I don't
Just hold this in your hand, squeeze it so it's pressure on all sides, and then speak, and it'll be transmitted to me.
Okay.
It may
Cool.
not happen immediately. Think of it like voicemail.
Gotcha. I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Cool.
And door sort of opens. Do you all go back to the park?
Yeah,
Yep.
before we
Mhm.
do, I gotta turn to Reflex and be like, is there anything you need me to get you when we come back next? Or
And I honestly, everything here is taken care of. It's unfortunately it's best if I just stay here instead of using my safe houses in case any of them are being monitored.
all right. She's gonna look
Should
at
we-
Lady Faust. You need anything from the mortal world, or you good here?
What I need from the mortal world, I take.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, if you wanted like
It's okay.
Sour Patch Kids or something.
Have you ever had the little Airhead strips? They're surprisingly good. You get them in the movie theater mostly.
Oh
Okay,
my
no.
God.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm imagining an airhead, but it's like a nerd's rope situation, but the center is an
Ooh,
airhead.
those are good. Those are good.
Yo.
I know
Oh.
I went like a couple years ago to the movies with a friend, and like their kid had like, "You want to try this?" And I was like, "They're little like squares, almost like airhead strips. They're really good." Like, I should get more. Anyway, that seems like a good place to end for tonight.
As we step back through the door and like,
Yeah.
yeah.
End of session moves. Have you grown closer to the team, into your own image, or away from the team?
By the way, since I hit when I failed my last roll,
Mhm.
I hit my max and I decided to take a adult move,
Mhm.
and so I have locked a move a label. So my superior is locked at 3. Just
Okay.
FYI. I noted it on there, but I just wanted to like y'all know.
Your moves take
Mhm.
superior a lot.
When I do assessing stuff,
Nice.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So, what have y'all? How do you feel you've grown?
Mm.
I want to stay close to
know-
the team just for the chaos, but I can't figure out who yet. So
Yeah.
someone else go first.
Yeah. I hopefully for chaos, because frankly, also as a reminder, I know like we're supposed to be honest and like story time, but also let me remind you all that the other one where you grow closer, even in chaos, lets you clear conditions.
Well, I would say, Rosalind,
Yeah.
you stepped up to be like the kind of moral conscious of the team at the end, like you, the adult. You stepped up to be the adult, like towards the end.
Yes.
I've gotten
guess I
into so
did-
much more trouble trying to clear conditions, so I don't.
You know, I'm just telling you off like any ant would.
Yep. Weird every time.
Hey, look, also, you were the one who made me your aunt.
Is this something we want to?
Yeah, but
we want to think
didn't
about.
think
Are
about
people still a little unsure of what would be the best for
I-
it? We could make a note.
I think I grew away.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, just
What?
because everyone was against my plans all the time, where it's like, I want to beat up this old man. No, don't do that. I want to curse this old man's junk. No, don't do that.
You have the most chaotic ideas.
Who do you want to take influence away from? Who's fizzed away the most?
Who has influence over me right now? Issa, you have influence over me.
I do. Okay,
I
goodbye.
think, yeah, that's
I also
going
have
away.
influence.
All right.
Sorry.
Wes.
I as well think Johnny grew away from the team. I think he's feeling very disconnected, and that like everything today was just chaotic, and like even though everyone seemed to like the rest of y'all seemed to like get together, well, it was like he was just there, and he's like, I don't really know how to even speak out against what we're doing. Like I don't feel comfortable. So he's taking it away from Obsidian.
God damn. Okay, both
Every
of y'all.
time.
That's two. Fuck. What did I do?
You're the clear thing for us to rebel against. You're the
I
one
am
who's
the
like,
leader.
we should
That
do
is
this.
fair. I am a captain, so I understand.
You also failed your comfort and support role with him.
Yeah, that's also fair.
I'm going to say closer to the team because Michael did make a good point. I did step up a little bit this round.
She's like, I'm going to be the mom.
I am.
Thank you for being the compass.
I need to be a voice of reason for this chaos.
It's difficult. I had to pick someone specifically, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Obsidian. Because I can take influence over you if I say Obsidian, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. Now I have a full set.
Good, got it, need it, got it.
I've lost my full set, so at least one of us has it.
Now we don't get that bonus anymore at the beginning of combat.
All right, I think
Yeah,
that
but
leaves...
if I switch, if I can
I have
switch to
no
being leader
idea.
before we do battle next time, we can at least like
if you
have
want
a decent
to make
amount
a
of
note,
team.
that's something we could do. With, like, if you
But the
make a
thing
note
is,
at the beginning.
I have a thing called captain where we get an extra thing if I'm leader. And I have
Yeah.
influence over everybody. Oh wait, no, when
You
you
don't
enter
have
battle as a
influence.
team and add an extra team that will carry one forward if you're the leader. Never mind, that's another thing.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I didn't do much this episode.
I would make a note of it.
I
We can kind of maybe something will pop into your head between now and then.
Like it was a lot of chaos, honestly. It was like I said, ADH energy was real.
But it was so much fun. Like,
There was so much overlapping
we laughed a
conversation.
lot tonight.
Yeah.
No,
this was a
it
good
was
one.
a fun game. It was a fun game. I don't know what happened, but it was fun.
Yeah, I hope we have a little bit of downtime next time because I want Zaylin and Johnny to like. I do want it to happen naturally, but I do feel like Zaylin and Johnny deserve some alone time.
Yeah.
Michael, I got a question.
Yes.
I have 2 upgrades that I haven't spent yet. I'm thinking of spending one, which is move 1 up and lock a label.
Mhm.
So I have this. I can do this all day, which is when you when something causes you to remove yourself from a fight, you can shift Savior down.
Mhm.
What happens if Savior is locked?
I would say at least temporarily it would go down because like it's still like it's still what you're losing for going down. So I think that could still technically go down
Okay.
for that. Like
Um,
it would is probably like the next session or so it would be back, but for at least that session it would be down.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna go with that. The other one, I still have no clue.
Oh, but I would say Mo, do you know what you want to do for?
Yeah, because wait, Nessa, you said that you did closer, so I gained influence over you. I thought I already had influence over you.
No, I gained influence over you.
Why would you gain influence over me if it's?
Oh damn, I forgot it. I'm gonna be honest. I had to take Adderall so early this morning. It is 100% gone from my
Oh,
system.
that's good. Yeah, if you grow closer, you can give influence to a character and then clear a condition.
So I already had
of
influence
protection.
over you, so that means I
Yeah.
do your thing. But I'm gonna do the thing with you, so I get influence over you now. So like, We have influence both ways.
All right. And then, both of you would either clear condition or gain potential.
Clearing.
All right. Want to let people know where we can find y'all?
I'm available everywhere under the username Loch Nessa, LOCHNEASSA, or, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say that. I was going to be like, try and find me in real life. Don't do that.
No, no. In fact, I'm going to come out and say, do not do that explicitly for anyone, ever. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there.
No, it's a very important thing to say.
We want to go down and let other people know where we can find you, not in real life.
My name is Sarah. I'm Sarah. I'm Powerful Week One on TikTok and Powerful Week almost everywhere else.
I'm Ibrahim. You can find me where I am at Cosmic Eve. There might be a space, there might be an underscore. You have to try all of them yourself or use booleans.
I'm
Mo. Find me on the internet around at Saturday Night Basis.
Is that me now?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm the Dragon X on TikTok. Bye.
Dark Steve.
I'm Michael. I'm Improv GM on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. I am at 308 Negro Arroyo Lane in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You can come throw a pizza on my roof. And we will catch you all later.
Bye.
Bye.